Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Top That Asian Meal back with another video, and I hope y'all are doing well. I'm gonna try to post a video at least every single day, but I try to post as much as I can on every single platform. But today I just wanted to talk about how your mindset can be the number one thing that sets you apart. And what a lot of people don't realize, especially people my age, is that your mindset is really a mirror of your reality, in a sense. Like, what you think, if you think of the worst possible outcome, then what do you think your reality is going to be? The worst possible outcome, right? But if you just switch your mindset, and it's not an easy thing. I say switch your mindset, but it's not an easy thing to do because it takes a lot. Like, you have to first, I say the first step in switching your mindset is cleansing your environment. Your mindset, your environment can be your biggest influence in the way you think, in the way you perceive things. So cleansing your environment is a very important step in changing your mindset. For example, getting rid of unproductive things on your phone, limiting media time unless you're creating, unless you're doing something productive with it, not mindlessly scrolling, not mindlessly, I use a word, don't consume more than you create. And that's very important because a lot of people spend their time scrolling and constantly consuming what's on the internet and not creating anything for themselves, not creating any better habits for themselves. And it's like, how do you expect to get out of the position you're in if you're not creating any good habits for yourself? So that's one thing. Cleanse your environment though. Maybe you need to separate yourself from people holding you back. Maybe just separate yourself from a lot of people, because you gotta understand, the people who are closest to you, your day ones, they might not be your day ones. They could be holding you back, but you don't even know it, because you have the same ideals, the same ideologies as them, and they might not have the best ideologies themselves, because you are who you hang around. You gotta understand that you are who you hang around. So you have to change who you surround yourself with in order to become a more cognitive thinker, in order to become a better version of yourself. And to move on with that, another thing that helps change with your mindset is really just stop focusing so much on what you don't have. Stop focusing on what you're lacking, because if you're always focusing on something that you're lacking, if you're always focusing on something that you don't have, then you're never gonna be able to receive abundance, because every time the abundance comes, you still gonna have something that you lack. You still gonna have something that you feel like you lack. So it's like you have to focus more on being grateful for things that come to you, being grateful for your environment, being grateful for the things that you have, that like a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food in your stomach, like simple things that a lot of people overlook, and that cause them to be lacking of abundance. That causes them to not see the things that they already have to be able to receive more of that. You know what I mean? So you have to be grateful. You have to show gratitude for what you do have, and really be thankful. It doesn't hurt to just be blessed and be thankful for the things that you already do have. So that's another thing. Another thing is you have to learn to let go. You have to learn to let go. What do I mean by that? Well, you cannot keep holding on to these things that you feel is so close to you. Like you feel so uncomfortable. The things that you feel so comfortable around, because they may be holding you back. You cannot thrive, you cannot grow in comfortability. You cannot grow by staying close to the things you're used to, because they may be hurting you in the long run. So you have to really try to get uncomfortable, you know? And what I mean by letting go, I was about to off track, but what I mean by letting go, it means to just stop caring. Don't care about what they think. Don't care about somebody else's opinion. Because at the end of the day, their opinion doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is God's opinion. Nobody else. If God put a vision in your head, right? God put this path in your head, and you really like it, but you can't bring it out of you. You can't show it to the world because you're scared of what the world may think. What does that show about you? It just shows that you don't want to bring out something that God put in your heart. And it may really be like the thing that can really grow you, the thing that can really elevate you, but you're too scared to bring it out because of how it's going to be perceived. You got to stop caring. You got to let go of people's opinions. You got to let go of the mental grasp people have in your mindset. You know, you can't let other people influence the way you think, the way you move, the way you just go about life. Because you will never make it if you're moving based on the opinions of other people. You have to be yourself. At the end of the day, that's the best and that's the only way to make it, is being yourself. And that's a segue onto the next point, which is be yourself. You have to be yourself. And what I mean by being yourself, it means sticking to the version of yourself that is most natural, that comes out naturally. Don't force yourself to be anything or anybody that you're not, unless it's the better version of yourself. You have to be yourself. Because say you want to go out and you're networking and you want to show people what you bring to the table. You want to show people who you are. But if you're trying to be cool, if you're trying to be somebody you're not, I promise you, they gonna see right through it. And they gonna know it's hack because you're trying too hard. It's a lot harder to act like somebody you're not. It's a lot harder than if you would just be yourself. And at the end of the day, people are gonna hate you regardless of who you act like or who you are. There's always gonna be people that hate you. So you have to be yourself. You know, you can't. And like I said, you cannot worry about anybody's opinions. That's a big influence in not being yourself. So, anyways, y'all, this was a short video. I just wanted to get on here and really just speak my mind and hopefully give y'all advice to elevate and change your mindset. Hope y'all enjoy this video. I'm trying to post every single day like this so I can stay consistent, because that's something I need to do. And working on my talking and communication skills is something I'm trying to build, so this is really helping me. And I encourage y'all to do it too. From this dude called Higher Up Wellness, this is where I'm doing this from. Just speaking, just talking to the camera without, straight off the mind. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm out.